On my 40th birthday I stood frozen as cranberry soda dripped down my $1,200 blazer. My niece smirked. "Now you look like what you really are, a clown trying to be king." My mom laughed. My brother said nothing, but none of them knew. This night would be the turning point. The minute I got home that night, I stripped off the soaked clothes, dumped them straight in the trash, and took the hottest shower I could stand. All I could think was, how the heck did it get this bad? I wasn't raised to be anyone's punching bag. I wasn't raised to be this joke. I grew up in Fairview, a little town outside Colorado Springs, one gas station, two churches, and a grocery store with expired milk more often than not. My dad bailed when I was 10, so it was just me, Travis, and Mom. From the time I was 12, I was cutting grass, stocking shelves, hauling lumber, whatever I could do to bring in a little extra. I made honor roll every year, never got in trouble, and kept my head down. Travis, total opposite. He was the golden boy, even when he was screwing up. Slick smile, easy charm, never met a girl he didn't try to sleep with. Dropped out of high school at 17, said school was a scam, and started couch hopping before he ever paid rent anywhere. Mom let him get away with everything. Every late night call, every missed shift, every broken promise. She just sighed and said, "He's figuring it out." I figured it out by 21. I was already in Denver, hauling boxes in a warehouse. Long shifts, busted hands, no heat in the break room. But I showed up every day. I learned routes, timing, logistics, and I got good, really good. By 25, I was a manager. By 30, I'd started my own distribution company out of a one-room office near Commerce City. Meanwhile, Travis stayed put, bounced between mechanic gigs, landscaping, a weird pyramid scheme for a year. 2 kids with 2 different women, both of whom hated his guts. Mom covered his rent more times than I could count. When she couldn't, I did. He'd text me some sob story about the lights being shut off or Macy needing school clothes, and I'd wire over $300, $500, sometimes $1,000. I was always the guy who understood, always the one expected to keep the peace. That's what she called it, keeping the peace. And Macy, I co-signed a used Corolla for her when she turned 16. She was still in high school. Said she wanted to work weekends, maybe save up for community college. I figured, fine. She was a good kid back then, polite, funny, not yet full of whatever poison Travis and Mom eventually poured into her. The gratitude lasted maybe 6 days. By week 2, she was skipping shifts, burning gas like it was free, and leaving fast food wrappers all over the back seat. When I brought it up, she said, "It's my car. I'll use it how I want." I reminded her it was in my name, and she rolled her eyes like I was being dramatic. Still, I kept showing up, paid off the tires when she blew one, covered insurance when she forgot. When Travis lost another job, I paid his back rent. When Mom needed a new water heater, I covered it. When they wanted a family Christmas dinner but couldn't pitch in, I bought all the groceries, decorations, and even the damn tree. None of it mattered. Every time my business hit a milestone, a big contract, a new hire, a new truck, Mom would say, "Your lucky work picked up," like I hadn't clawed my way to every inch of it, like it was all just handed to me. But when Travis worked 2 weeks straight without calling out, it was, he's turning things around. If he remembered Macy's birthday, he's such a good dad. If he borrowed my truck and didn't total it, see, he's trying. I spent years choking that resentment down, telling myself they just didn't get it, that maybe it wasn't personal. But that dinner at Griffin's Landing, the soda dripping down my chest, the smirk on Macy's face, the way Mom didn't say a word to stop it, that made it real. They didn't respect me, never had. I wasn't family to them. I was a wallet in human form, and for the first time in my life, I finally let that truth settle in. I tossed the towel on the bathroom floor, walked into my room, and opened my laptop. It was time to stop being the good son. The next morning, I drove straight to the barber before work, sat in the chair, and told him to clean me up good. "Got something big coming?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. "Decades of patience running out." He laughed. I didn't. By the time I got back to the office, I'd already made the call to Griffin's Landing. Private room, 12-person table, 4-course steak dinner with paired wine. I didn't even blink at the deposit. For years, I let my birthday slide by. Half the time, it was some backyard thing with paper plates and lukewarm beer. Travis showing up 2 hours late with nothing but a loud mouth and dirty jokes. Mom bringing a store-bought pie like it was a gift. It always felt like I was hosting a family obligation, not a celebration. Not this time. This time I went all out, reserved the room, picked the menu, confirmed the wine pairings. I even ordered personalized place cards. Small detail, but it felt right. Felt like I was finally doing something for me. After work, I swung by Cherry Creek and dropped over $1,000 on a new blazer and buttoned, charcoal gray, tailored shoulders, smooth as heck. Not flashy, just sharp. I wanted to walk into that dinner looking like the man I'd become, not the one they pretended I still was. Then I spent Saturday detailing my truck. Washed, waxed, polished every inch. That Ford F-150 was mine outright, paid off last fall. It wasn't fancy, but it was solid, like me, reliable, built to last. When I sent out the invites, my friends responded fast. Vince from the gym, Carla and Eli from work, Carl, my buddy from back when I was still slinging freight in the warehouse. All of them said the same thing. Heck yeah, man, you deserve it. But inviting family felt like walking into traffic with a blindfold on. Still, I did it. I called Mom first, told her the date, the place, the plan. Thursday night, she said, already annoyed. That's rough, Dean, it's a long drive. I'll cover a hotel. I offered, you won't have to drive back that night. She hesitated. I'll have to check with Travis, of course. 2 hours later, Travis called. Didn't say hello. You know how much gas is right now, he said. You expect me to drop $100 just to come eat steak? I'll Venmo you gas money. I said, jaw tight. He sighed like I was the one bothering him. Macy says she's got nothing nice to wear. She ain't showing up looking like a scrub. I wired him $200. I didn't ask what she bought. I didn't care. I just needed them to show up, to sit at that table, see the life I'd built, and maybe, just maybe, act like it meant something. Was I expecting too much? Yeah, but I wasn't ready to admit that yet. The morning of my birthday, I woke up wired but focused. No dread, no second thoughts, just a tight kind of hope that maybe, finally, this would land right. I started the day with a spa appointment I had booked a week out. Full hour massage, hot towel shave, even got my nails trimmed up, cleaned the house before I left, just in case anyone swung by after dinner. Set out the new blazer, fresh pressed, tag still on. By 5, I was dressed, ready, and felt like I'd actually shown up for myself this year. When I pulled up to Griffin's Landing, the private room was already prepped. Camelot, crisp table linens, quiet jazz playing, real polished. The manager greeted me by name. I felt seen. My friends rolled in early arms full of wrapped gifts, handshakes, backslaps, inside jokes. Carla brought a bottle of top-shelf bourbon. Eli gave me a custom-engraved pocket blade. Vince slapped me on the shoulder and said, "Look at you, man, finally doing it big." It felt damn good. We ordered drinks. Appetizers hit the table. The vibe was warm, loud in a good way. Halfway through the salad course, Carl raised his glass. "To Dean," he said, "the most solid guy I know. Never asks for anything, but gives everything." The rest followed, one by one, toasting loyalty, grit, hard work, even cracked a few jokes about my obsession with tracking receipts. And then the door opened. 45 minutes late, here came the circus. Travis walked in first, wearing a wrinkled polo like he pulled it from the floor of his car. Mom followed behind him, coat slipping off one shoulder, already fanning herself like the room was too much. Macy came last, short skirt, crop top, full lashes, phone in hand. She looked like she was headed to a nightclub, not dinner with family. No hello, no happy birthday. Travis dropped into the seat closest to the door and grunted. Traffic was hecked. Mom sighed loud and added, "You should have picked somewhere easier to get to, Dean. Downtown on a Thursday." Macy didn't sit. She leaned against the wall, scrolling. "What's this smell? It's like butter and meat. Heavy at steak." "Mace," I said, trying to keep it light. "That's what this place does." She wrinkled her nose. "It's too rich. Probably like 500 calories a bite." Travis reached for a bread roll. "So, all this money just to feel important, huh?" The air shifted. My friends went quiet, glancing at each other. I smiled tight, forced, just figured it was time to celebrate something real. He scoffed. "Bet this costs what? $2,000. Could have fixed Mom's roof with that." I already did fix Mom's roof. I snapped before I caught myself. "Last winter, remember?" No reply, just more chewing. I tried to pivot. "Macy, I've been setting aside a little for you for college. It's not much, but it's something." Her head snapped up. "Wait, what?" Travis squinted. "You've been sitting on college money while we've been broke as heck." "I didn't say that," I replied. "Steady." I said, "I've been saving. I never knew if you'd want to use it." Mom finally spoke. "Wow, Dean, keeping secrets now." "It's not a secret. I was waiting for the right time." "Well, congrats," Macy said, stepping forward. "You picked the wrong time." Then came the drink, straight from her hand to my chest. Cold, sharp, cranberry red. My shirt stuck instantly. The room gasped. My jaw locked. Macy dropped the empty glass on the table and smirked. "Now you look like what you really are, a clown trying to be king." She spun on her heel and walked out. Mom followed without a word. Travis muttered, "Guess the steak wasn't that good," and trailed after silence. I grabbed a napkin, dabbed my collar, and said loud enough for the room to hear, "Yes, that's one way to end a party." Carl stood first, put a hand on my shoulder. "We got you, man." Then Vince, then Carla. No speeches, no pity, just presence. And for once, that was enough. When I got home that night, the silence felt heavier than it should have. I left my blazer on the floor, still sticky from the drink, and sat on the couch without turning on a single light. For a while, I just stared at my hands, stained pink, trembling a little, until the anger started to crawl up my throat. Then I opened my laptop. I went straight to my bank app and started scrolling through years of transactions. Every payment, every transfer, every just this once, I'd sent to Travis or Mom. Every card payment for groceries that weren't mine, rent checks, utility bills, bailouts that blurred together after a while. 5 years' worth. I wrote every number down in a notebook, one column after another. By the time I hit the end, the total made my stomach twist. $90,000, and that didn't even count the $25,000 I dropped on Macy's car. I sat back staring at that total until my eyes burned. That's when the truth hit. I hadn't just been their provider. I'd been their insurance policy. Every mistake, every late bill, every mess, they knew I'd clean it up. I grabbed my phone, half thinking I'd text Travis something nasty, but instead I opened Instagram. There it was. A blurry photo of me from dinner. Soaked shirt, red stain across my chest, eyes half closed. Macy had posted it. Caption, birthday boy needed a reality check, clown face lol. The likes, Mom and Travis, right at the top. The comments were worse. Ilamio who dresses like that. Big money, no taste. Damn, Uncle Dean got humbled. My throat went dry. I didn't even realize I was grinding my teeth until I tasted metal. I took a screenshot of the post. Then I opened my credit card account. Under authorized users, I saw Travis's name. I clicked remove. Confirmation pinged a second later. That felt good. Small but real. Then I called Carl. He picked up on the second ring. You're good, man. Not even close, I said. Need a favor. Shoot. I co-signed a car for my niece. Title's in my name. Thinking about taking it back legally. Carl was quiet a moment. Is she behind on payments? Nope. Just not hers anymore. None of them earned a damn thing I gave. He sighed. You've got the title and registration. Yeah, VIN, insurance, everything. I pay it all. Then it's yours, he said. You can reclaim it anytime. Just don't do it messy. I won't, I said. I'm done being messy. The next morning I called a towing company Carl recommended, gave them Macy's school address, plate number, and a copy of my registration, told them to pick it up before lunch. By noon, the driver texted me a photo, the Corolla hooked and ready to roll. In the background, a crowd of students stood watching. For the first time in a long time, I smiled. Didn't even take 6 hours. First call came from Travis. Yo, my card's not working, he said, irritated like I'd ruined his day. I'm at the pump, and it's saying declined. Yeah, I said calm, because I took you off it. What the heck, Dean? I got no gas, no cash. I'm stuck here. I didn't apologize. You'll figure it out. You always do. Click. 10 minutes later, Macy called, crying. Not fake crying, full sobs. My car is gone, she shouted. Someone stole my car from school. No, I said flat. I had it picked up. Tow company took it. Why you can't just... I own it, Macy. Title's in my name. I paid for it. I insured it. I registered it. You just drove it. She choked on her words, then hung up. Then, Mom, Dean, what did you do? Macy's car is missing, and Travis says his card's been cancelled. Nothing was cancelled, I said. I removed access. That's all. You don't get to make decisions like this on your own. That's vindictive. That's it, Mom, I said sharp. Now, come to my house this weekend. All of you. Saturday noon. Dean knew. Don't be late. I spent the night printing everything. Bank records, Venmo screenshots, cell transfers, wire receipts, credit card statements. I made a spreadsheet. Every dollar labeled, dated, matched with a name. Then I printed that too. At the bottom, bold, $115,320.91. I also printed Macy's Instagram post, complete with comments and likes, and put it right on top. They showed up late, of course, 12:30. I didn't get up when they walked in. I was at the dining table, stacks of papers spread out in neat rows. Travis looked around like he expected an ambush. Macy looked like she hadn't slept. Mom was already frowning. Sit, I said. They did. This isn't a fight, I told them. No yelling, no emotion, just facts. I slid the top sheet forward. The post, the soda photo, her caption. Y'all had a good laugh at my expense, so I laughed back. Travis crossed his arms. You're really that soft over a joke. I looked at him. You want to talk jokes? I held up the spreadsheet. You've taken $115,000 from me in 5 years. Rent, bills, groceries, the car. I did it out of love. And this is how you returned it. Macy wouldn't look at me. Mom finally spoke. Dean, come on. You know how we've struggled. And I helped, I said. Every time. Without hesitation. Without asking for a thing back. Well, we didn't ask for you to pull all this now. Travis muttered. It's petty. No, I said standing. What's petty is mocking someone who's kept your lights on. What's petty is stealing a moment meant to celebrate me just because you're uncomfortable with where you're not in life. Mom leaned in. We're family. We don't keep score. I didn't, I said. Until now. Macy whispered. It was just a joke. Then laugh. I said. But don't expect me to fund your next punchline. They didn't speak after that. Not one of them. I pushed back from the table. No more money. No more car. No more help unless it's earned. They got up slowly, faces stiff, eyes darting. They didn't yell. They didn't slam doors. But when they left, I knew something had finally shifted. The house was dead quiet after they left. No yelling, no apologies, no fake promises. Just the front door closing and the kind of silence that settles deep in your chest. I didn't chase it. I didn't reach out. I just stuck to my word. Weeks passed. They tested the waters, little jabs, guilt trips in disguise, but I didn't bite. If the message wasn't direct, I didn't respond. If it wasn't respectful, I deleted it. And honestly, it was tough. There were days I'd pick up the phone out of habit, start typing something, then stop. I'd spent so long playing caretaker, it felt unnatural to sit in the quiet and not fill the gap. But it also felt clean. I started filling my weekends with better things. Picked up a '78 Honda CB750 off a guy in Commerce City. Needed a full rebuild. Engine rusted out, seat torn to heck. But it gave me something to work on. Something that didn't talk back or ask for money. Most nights, I was out in the garage with a socket wrench and a cold beer, watching YouTube tutorials and muttering curse words under my breath. Felt good to get my hands dirty again. For myself, not someone else. Started dating again, too. Nothing serious. Just dinner, drinks, normal conversation. I didn't talk about my family much. Didn't need to. I wasn't trying to explain or impress. I was just trying to live. Carl invited me on a winter fishing trip out in Gun. I said yes without hesitation. No excuses. No checking anyone's schedule. Just packed a bag and bought a new thermos. First real trip I'd taken in years that wasn't tied to a crisis. Then one evening, I was sanding the fuel tank in the garage when my phone buzzed. It was Macy got a job at the outlet mall. Not asking for anything, just letting you know. I stared at it for a second, unsure how to feel, but I texted back, proud of you, stay with it. She didn't reply. They didn't need to. About a week later, Travis texted, said he'd landed a warehouse supervisor rollover in Aurora. Appreciate the tough love, he wrote. Didn't feel good, but it got me moving. That one hit a little harder than I expected. Then Mom called, left a voicemail. No complaints, no backhanded digs, just hit. Thinking about you. Your business looks good. Saw the new truck in your post. Call when you feel like it. I didn't call back right away. I didn't need to. I was finally breathing without waiting for the next ask, the next guilt trip, the next crisis. For the first time in a long time, it felt like I wasn't the one holding everyone up, and I didn't feel guilty about it. I didn't plan on doing anything for my next birthday. After what happened the year before, I figured I'd just let the day pass like any other. Maybe work on the bike. Maybe take myself out for a steak and keep it quiet. But Vince wasn't having it. You're not hiding out again, he said. We'll keep it chill. Just the backyard, burgers, and beers. You've earned more than radio silence. So I said fine. No catering, no suits, no speeches. Just people I trusted. A grill, and a working fridge. That Saturday, the weather held steady. Blue skies, not too hot. I had a cooler full of cold ones, burgers sizzling on the grill, and chairs lined up in the yard. By noon, Carla and Eli had already pulled in with a tray of ribs and a Bluetooth speaker. Vince brought his dog and a six-pack. No pressure, no tension, just simple, easy company. Around 2, Mom showed up. She came through the gate holding a glass dish covered in foil. Homemade potato salad. My favorite, the real stuff. Not that sweet grocery store garbage. She gave a small smile and set it on the patio table. Then she handed me a birthday card without saying a word. I waited until I was alone at the grill to open it. Inside, her handwriting was tight and neat. I'm sorry. I should have stood by you sooner. No long speech. No excuses. Just that. I folded the card and tucked it into my pocket. About half an hour later, Travis pulled up alone. No noise, no smell of weed. No drama. He walked over, handed me a folded paper bag. Home Depot card, he said. $40. I know it ain't much. Just wanted to say thanks. I nodded, clapped him on the back. Appreciate it, man. He didn't linger long. Grabbed a plate, sat with Vince, kept his voice low. Macy came last. She didn't bring a new outfit or attitude, just showed up in jeans and sneakers. Helped Mom carry dishes to the kitchen, and didn't complain once. After everyone had eaten, she stayed behind to help rinse plates. I was drying a baking tray when she cleared her throat. I got something, she said. She pulled a folded envelope from her back pocket and handed it to me. Inside was a lined piece of notebook paper and 5 $20 bills. For the car fund, she said. My future one. Figured I should start doing my part. I looked at her, then the cash, then back again. My throat tightened up so fast I could barely get the words out. That means a lot, kiddo. She shrugged, but her eyes got glassy. You didn't have to be nice after everything, but you still were. I get it now. I didn't answer, just pulled her in and hugged her. And for the first time I didn't feel like their backup plan. I felt like a man who finally taught his family how to stand up straight. The leaves started turning by late September. Crisp mornings, gold in the trees, and just enough bite in the air to keep the windows cracked but the blankets close. My weekends were mine now. No emergencies, no phone calls blowing up my Saturday. Just peace. Sometimes I worked on the bike, sometimes I didn't. That freedom felt new, like stepping into a house I'd built but never walked through until now. Business was steady, better than steady. New contracts were rolling in. Hired another dispatcher. Even gave my operations guy a raise without blinking. The old stress was still there, but it came from ambition now, not guilt. One afternoon, Macy called, said she'd gotten accepted into a local college, part-time enrollment, general studies, nothing flashy, but real effort. I told her I'll match whatever you save toward tuition, dollar for dollar. She didn't argue, didn't pout, just said, "Thanks, Uncle Dean. That means a lot." That was it, just thanks. No angle. Travis dropped by a few times, unannounced but respectful, brought coffee once, asked about budgeting, talked about moving out of his shared place and getting something solo. He didn't ask for money, he asked for advice. That was new. And Mom, she started calling on Sundays just to check in. No sighs, no layered comments. One week she invited me over for pot roast. Nothing heavy, just food. The game on. Simple conversation. She even complimented my business logo on a delivery truck she saw in town. "I like the colors," she said. "Looks clean." I didn't need more than that. At night, I'd still open my desk drawer sometimes, look through the old receipts, the statements, the logs. I didn't do it to stew. I wasn't keeping score anymore. I just needed to see the truth with my own eyes, how far it had all come. That night at Griffin's Landing had felt like the end, like something in me had cracked open and spilled out. Turned out it was just a wake-up call, a messy, humiliating one, but one I needed. Setting the boundary didn't slaughter my family. It gave them a reason to grow up, and maybe more importantly, it gave me permission to stop holding everything together just because no one else would. I never wanted revenge. I just wanted peace. And sitting there in my kitchen, slow jazz playing, steak resting on the stove, fridge humming low, I realized I finally had it. I looked around at my clean, quiet house. No chaos, no unpaid debts, no fake apologies.